Welcome back to Birds of a Feather. This is your Baltimore sports podcast. My name is Nathan Stroud, and today we're going to be talking about and just recapping my opinions and thoughts on these brand new Ravens jerseys. I have some negative to talk about, but I also have a lot of positive thoughts as well. And we're also going to cover the Ravens game in a little bit. Or the Orioles game in a little bit. I'm not going to put too much thought into that game because it was pretty pathetic. The Orioles almost got no hit in that game. The guy was throwing a no hitter all the way to the ninth inning, and where eventually the Yodi Taveras broke the no hitter. The Orioles almost ended up coming back, but they did fall short, and it was too little, too late. So we'll talk about the Orioles later on in this video, but for right now, we're going to talk about the big thing, the important thing, what we've been waiting for quite a while now, and the Ravens have been teasing this and hyping this up for the past couple of weeks. They had a big event somewhere in downtown Baltimore at this big pavilion where they host concerts, and it was a sold-out, packed arena, and a lot of Ravens fans showed up for this, and it was really cool to see all the support that was there, and it was really cool to see videos of all the people there, and a bunch of players came out, Mike Green came out, and Trey Hendrickson and other guys came out, and it was a really cool thing, and it was a really cool event. They interviewed Jesse Minter before, and the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, Anthony Weaver, Declan Doyle, Anthony Levine Sr. They were doing all these interviews beforehand, so it was a really cool event. And then at the end, they revealed the brand new Ravens jerseys that I do want to go over and give my opinions on. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can obviously see the jerseys right here if you haven't seen them already. And we're going to be going through a bunch of photos that the Ravens did post because they posted a lot of photos of these jerseys. But I want to talk initially about them. Obviously, we have 4 different types of jerseys. You have obviously the normal purple, you have the normal white, you have the purple rising jerseys that got debuted 2 years ago that they're sticking with. And then you obviously have the all-black primetime jerseys. So you have these 4 jerseys. They look incredible. I like the new design. When they posted a video about it, and that's when where I first found out about it was from this video that they posted on Twitter. And it was this not animation, but it was this cool reveal kind of showing the difference between the old ones and the new ones and the transition and all that stuff. So that was a really cool thing. But the not the Orioles. I don't even want to think about the Orioles right now. But the Ravens, this was such a cool thing. Initially, when you first look at them, when you first look at the purple jerseys, you'll probably you'll probably think in your mind, there's not really anything different with them. And I don't really blame you there. The purple ones are not very different, and neither are the whites, to be honest, or the purple risings. The main ones that are super different that you can really tell are the black jerseys. So this is just the initial thing. Obviously, you got Zay, you got Derrick Henry, you got Roquan, and you got Lamar. So let's go over these, the details of these jerseys. So starting with the helmets. Obviously, in the middle, you have the normal helmets that are going to be used for the white and purple jerseys. You obviously have the purple rising helmet, first introduced in 2024, worn with the alternate purple uniform. So these purple rising helmets, the face mask right here, this is the same, the stripe is the same, and the color of the helmet is the same. The only thing different is the alternate Ravens logo with the bird facing forward. That is now gone, and we replaced the bird facing forward with the normal Ravens logo on it, which in my opinion actually looks a lot better. It just fits the color more. But we didn't get rid of that bird facing forward. We actually put that on the black helmets, and look at these black helmets. They are super black. You got the black face mask, you got the stripe as black, you got the Ravens name on the front of the helmet as black as well, and then you put the bird facing forward on these black helmets with the red beady eyes on there. That sticks out, and these helmets are incredible, and these black jerseys are incredible. I love them so much. And again, this was supposed to be a jersey redesign, not brand new colorways, not a new jersey, just a jersey redesign, which is what it is. There is a lot of similarities to the older jerseys, the ones that we've had for the past 7 or 8 years. But there's also enough different to make it look different and give off a different vibe. So then going over to some more of the details, you got the sleeve shields on every single jersey colorway that the Ravens have had for a while. This Ravens shield this one right here, this first one, has been on all of them, right? So it's been the same shield on all the jerseys. Now we have different shields for the different jerseys. So on the black jersey, you have this black and purple shield, and then on the purple rising one, you have this purple rising, yellow and like this dark yellow and lighter or purple on the purple rising one. So, and the normal patch is going to be on the white and the purple ones. And then you look at the inside collars. This is really cool. This is something completely different. They've never done this. Each jersey now includes a key phrase from the Ravens lexicon stitched inside the back collars. So on the purple and white jerseys, it's going to say "Play like a Raven" on the inside collar. And you can't obviously see this when you're watching the game. This is more for like if you're hanging up a jersey in your room, or for the fans that are going to have this. So it's going to have "Play like a Raven" on the inside of the jersey on the purple and white jerseys. And then on the black jerseys, it's going to say "Darkness There" and "Nevermore," which is really cool. And then on the purple rising one, it's going to say "Purple Rising." So it's cool to have these things. The big thing to me that stands out through all of this is that they're making each colorway very unique in its own way. Like on a lot of the Ravens jerseys of old, like on the different colorways, it kind of uses the same things on all of them. On these new ones, they are very specific. Like obviously on the black jerseys, you have this, phrase. On the purple rising one, you have this phrase. And then just the colors are different, and each jersey colorway has its own like twist to it, which is really cool. The back collar is going to have this on there as well. And then the pants, in my opinion, are one of the coolest parts of these new uniforms. These talon striped pants. Basically, as you can see, it's kind of like the diagonal for the Maryland flag, which is really, really cool for the Baltimore and Maryland flag. They're kind of like diagonal, which looks sick. Love that on the pants. And just into the details, the main thing on the front of the jersey that kind of stands out that's different, obviously the Baltimore font here is the same. The number fonts are pretty similar, but the number fonts are almost the same. They're a little bit different, but the reason why it does look different is because instead of having gold around the numbers on some of the jerseys, it has like purple around the numbers of the jerseys. That's why it looks different there. But looking at the collar, because this is one of the main key things that are new in these jerseys, is the collar, and it is the Raven wings. So as you can see, you have this Raven wing on the front of the collar. This is brand new. This is different. This is, in my opinion, probably the biggest difference in these jerseys in terms of an addition are these collars. This Kyle Hamilton in the white right here, you can really see it well. On the white jerseys, you can definitely see the wings the best. Like Roquan here, you can see the wings really good there. On Kyle Hamilton right here, you can see the wings really good there. You have these Raven wings here on the collar, which is cool. I would have liked it maybe to be a little bit bigger, maybe incorporate the shoulder pads maybe a little bit for the wing. But on the collar is really cool, as you can see right here around Derek right there, around Mike Green here on the white. And then the midnight purple is around the numbers now. It usually is gold around the numbers. Now we have like a midnight purple around the numbers. So that looks different. And obviously the collar looks different as well, alongside some other little details on the back of the jerseys and stuff like that. This is like a full lineup of all the jerseys and stuff like that with a ton of players. You got Mark Andrews. You've got Tavius Robinson, Derrick Henry, Roquan Smith, Trey Hendrickson, and Lamar at the front. Love to see Trey Hendrickson. First time him in a Ravens jersey. It's cool to see him in these new ones. You got Kyle Hamilton, you got Zay Flowers, you got Roquan again, you got Mike Green, and you got Justice Hill. So love to see this. Love to see this full lineup. They do look different. They do look different. They give off a different vibe. They look newer. They look cleaner. They look more revised. And that's the point of them. When I first saw them, I'm not going to lie to you guys. When I first saw these about an hour ago, I was a little bit skeptical. I was like, I don't know if I love it. I don't know if I love the numbers. But the more that I look at it, the more that I get used to it, I do really like it. I think the only thing to me is that I would love the Raven wings on the collar to be more noticeable on the purple jerseys, on both of the purple jerseys. On the white ones, they're pretty noticeable, and on the black ones, they're noticeable as well. But on the purple jerseys, I can't even really see the wings here on the Lamar, with Lamar wearing this jersey. That's my only thing that I'd say. I like how it's different. I like they're adding new stuff to it while also kind of keeping the same normal things. So our primary uniforms are obviously going to be the purple and the white, and then our alternate uniforms are going to be the purple rising and the black jerseys. And the black jerseys are actually called the darkness jerseys, so we'll refer to it by that name. But this is a better look at the new helmet. I mean, this is incredible, guys. And I didn't even notice, like, they have like a little purple outline on this. So this looks incredible. Darkness here and nothing more. The Raven, Edgar Allan Poe, incredible. Like, so cool. These helmets are amazing. Love them to death. And here is a picture from the event that happened today. A bunch of Ravens players pulled up to the event. Mike Green, Tavius Robinson, Trey Hendrickson making an appearance here live at this Ravens event. Love to see Trey represent the Ravens. He looks sick in these black jerseys. Then we got a picture of Lamar in these black uniforms, and God, this looks incredible. I think I was thinking about buying one. I think I might try and maybe get the Kyle Hamilton of the black jerseys. But this photo shoot looks cool. Like, Lamar, look at him, man. Look at our quarterback, man. Like, look at these black and the Ravens know. Like, the Ravens themselves know that the black jerseys are like the jerseys in this collection. They know that they popped off with these black uniforms, which I hope they would, because Ravens fans have always loved our primetime black uniforms. You got the king on his feather throne. This looks incredible. I love this so much. Then you got a little purple rising one. I've never been a big fan of the purple rising like, I will say, I like how the old Ravens logo is back on these helmets instead of having the other one. But these are cool. I've never been a big fan of the purple rising. I don't really like the gold numbers too much. But these, though, these are incredible. Love these to death. The design team did a really cool thing. I've seen a lot of people online say that they were a little bit disappointed in these jerseys because they were really building up the hype for this, and it feels like they didn't really change much. But to be honest with you, they said it was going to be a redesign. It's not a whole new color. Like, they're not doing new colorways. Like, they're like the Ravens. To be completely honest with you, the Ravens didn't even need new jerseys. Like, everyone was really surprised when they actually announced they were getting new jerseys, because they already have one of the best jerseys in the NFL, and I think that this probably made it even better. These are the best black uniforms in the league. I'm sorry. I'm not even being biased. Like, these are incredible. Love these so much. And next up, we're going to talk about something that's a little bit more depressing and sad and just kind of pathetic as well. The Ravens played the Guardians today in Game 1 of this series in Cleveland on the road. And the Orioles lose 4-2 to the Guardians. The Orioles fall to 9-10 on the year. They've lost 3 straight games. They were just 9-7. They just had this crazy comeback win against the. They just had this crazy comeback win against the Diamondbacks, and then they lost the last 2 games of that series, and then they lost Game 1 of this 4-game series against Cleveland. So, very disappointing. Shane Baz gets the loss. He didn't really have a great start, but he had his best start of the year. He went 6 innings, gave up 4 runs across 6 innings, also had 6 strikeouts, 6 hits, 3 walks. Not a bad start for Shane Baz. Obviously, the 4 runs in 6 innings isn't great, but at least he did go 6 innings. The biggest problem in this was obviously the Orioles were getting no hit for the first 8 innings of the game. I'll repeat that again. The Orioles were getting no hit for the first 8 innings of this game. Masaik, the Cleveland pitcher, he went into the 9th inning throwing a no-hitter, and obviously the crowd was energized. The crowd was ready to watch a no-hitter. And then Leody Taveras, thank God, Leody Taveras ended up breaking up the no-hitter on the first pitch of the 9th inning. It was a soft hit ground ball up the middle where the defender couldn't get it. But this was pathetic, to be honest with you. We were getting no hit for 8 innings, and then we ended up getting back-to-back hits with Leody Taveras and Blaze Alexander, and then we had Taylor Ward on. Then they pulled the pitcher and put Cade Smith in, and then you had Taylor Ward, Gunnar Henderson, Pete Alonso due up with 2 on, no outs. Taylor Ward then gets a hit, so now you have bases loaded, no outs for Gunnar, who ends up hitting a fly ball on the warning track, brings in a run. Then Pete Alonso has a 2-run double has a 1-run double. So it's 4-2. And then Colton Cowser hits a fly ball, and no one's able to score for that. And then Samuel Basayo hits a ground ball up the middle, and the game's over. So too little too late. They ended up almost rallying back and coming back, but it didn't even matter because they didn't do anything for the first 8 innings of this game. And that's inexcusable. Like, that's unacceptable. The Orioles were in a position last season as well where we were getting no hit going into like the 9th inning, and Jackson Holliday with 2 outs in that inning, like he was the last batter in this outing, and he hit a home run, and then the Orioles ended up coming back, and it was this crazy thing. And I thought for a second that was going to happen today. Obviously, it didn't end up happening today, but it would have been cool if it did. But the Orioles lose this game 4-2. They fall to 9-10, and this was just a pathetic loss all around. I mean, there's not really too much to say. They didn't get a hit for 8 innings. Taylor Ward 1 for 3, Gunnar 0 for 3, Pete Alonso 1 for 4, Rodriguez 0 for 3, Samuel Basayo 0 for 4, Jeremiah Jackson 0 for 3, Kobe Mayo 0 for 3, Leody Taveras 1 for 2, Blaze Alexander 1 for 2. So 4 hits, 2 total runs scored. Everything they did in this game was in the 9th inning. And it was too little too late at that point. So they did show some fight to try and come back in this game, but again, it was too late. Tomorrow, you're going to be playing Cleveland again. And let me look at the game tomorrow. Tomorrow we are playing, and it's going to be Chris Bassett versus Tanner Beebe. Cleveland is obviously favored in this game because Chris Bassett has not had a good start to the season, but neither is Tanner Beebe, to be fair. Both pitchers tomorrow haven't really had good outings. Hopefully, the Orioles can have a really big bounce-back game. They need a bounce-back game. They've lost 3 in a row. They almost got no hit today. Like, they need to go out there and have a big bounce-back statement game, especially with the offense. The offense needs to be on fire tomorrow, and from the very beginning of the game, from the first or second inning, they need to be on fire and ready to go. Because when you almost get no hit, and when you have to just carry over to the next game, like, you have to be on. Like, obviously, they ended up getting like 4 hits in the 9th inning, and like they almost came back. But it was still an overall embarrassing performance, obviously, to get no hit for 8 of the 9 innings of the game. So they really need a big bounce back tomorrow to try and get the vibes back. I thought the vibes were there after the comeback against Arizona in Game 1 of the series on Monday. Obviously not. Obviously, this team is just back to being the way that it is. We're 9-10 right now. We've lost 3 straight. It's just not looking good right now. But thank you guys so much for tuning into and listening to this episode of Birds of a Feather. If you like this content, make sure to subscribe on YouTube, follow up on Spotify, make sure to click the link in the description to check out the Twitter and the Instagram. I post all the time on Twitter. Make sure to check that out. I appreciate y'all so much. We'll be back at it again tomorrow, recapping the Orioles game. I appreciate y'all so much. I'll see y'all later. Peace out.